Ah, boxing IQ. He's very good fighter. He's stronger. He's very compact. He's like a bull, you know. He's a smart guy.
So Gennady Golovkin responds, and this is what he had to say, quote. He says, Terence Crawford won't have a problem with Canelo's power because he doesn't have any power.
Could possibly be the end for him because Bud has what it takes. I'm not saying Bud will win, but I'm just saying he has what it takes. He's not afraid of Canelo.
Gennady Golovkin has made a surprising prediction ahead of the highly anticipated Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford clash. Drawing from his own 3 battles with Canelo, Golovkin argued that Alvarez does not truly carry one-punch knockout power and therefore will not overwhelm Crawford. He praised Crawford's adaptability, strength, and ring intelligence, while stressing that each fight presents unique obstacles demanding smart preparation and careful adjustment.
This is boxing. This is more interesting.
Gennady, let me ask you this. You were there ringside. You saw Canelo. Did he look better than what he did in the second fight with you? Does he look like he's improving and getting better?
Marcus, I told you just, every opponent give you different. Every fight is different. Two fights I had, 2 fights with him. First fight and second fight is different. Just.
So you
Think,
think
no, I don't feel like more power, more speed. No, he stayed the same.
Having shared 36 hard rounds in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin believes his perspective carries more credibility than most. According to him, Canelo depends on flurries of combinations and highlight reel knockout attempts rather than possessing the kind of natural, fight-ending power that can systematically dismantle an elite opponent. Golovkin emphasizes this is not casual criticism, but knowledge earned through direct combat experience. Having endured Alvarez's hardest punches, he remains convinced they lack the raw force often attributed to the Mexican star. His assessment challenges a widespread perception of Canelo as a fearsome puncher, instead presenting him as a fighter whose success stems more from timing, accuracy, and consistent volume than sheer knockout strength.
He weighs in as everybody's trying to gauge how this fight is going to play out. They anticipate this fight. They want to know how this fight is going to play out. And Gennady Golovkin gives his 2 cents. As his trainer, Abel has been on social media doing multiple interviews and stating that Terence Crawford is simply too small and he's going to lose, right? And Gennady Golovkin, as Abel Sanchez is saying that he's going to get knocked out, right? Because it's too much power. Well, Gennady Golovkin responds, and this is what he had to say, quote. He says, Terence Crawford won't have a problem with Canelo's power because he doesn't have any power. He said, I fought Canelo at 160 and at 68, and I could say he has fast punches. He has fast combinations, but I wouldn't say there were a lot of power there, or power punches, or knockout punches. You saw that. You saw these clean shots that I took, and he brought, and there were no results. End quote. So Gennady Golovkin is saying, he hit me with clean shots. You saw him hit me with clean shots, and the results was, I didn't go anywhere. Now, I know people will say, well, Gennady Golovkin is naturally bigger than Canelo.
While Gennady Golovkin's former trainer firmly believes Terence Crawford stands no chance against Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin himself offers a different perspective. He acknowledges Crawford's sharp technical skills and intelligent strategy, suggesting these qualities could create genuine problems for Canelo and make the fight far more competitive than many predict.
And he still see this as a one-sided beatdown in favor of Canelo Alvarez. Former Golovkin trainer Abel Sanchez, who's been very critical as of lately, and said that Canelo will just play with Terence Crawford, and by the second half, it'll just be like a sparring session. Sanchez said that Canelo will not only dictate the pace throughout the evening, if Triple G himself couldn't even hurt Canelo, then Crawford's chances are definitely not that great. Sanchez said, quote, Crawford is a great fighter, but that's why weight divisions exist. Neither Bivol could hurt him, nor could my fighter in 2 fights. Triple G's former trainer has also repeatedly emphasized that Crawford should have moved up in weight class a long time ago, and that his jump should have been more gradual and steady, and suggested that skipping divisions will definitely play a role in him potentially losing badly to Canelo Alvarez.
Golovkin's trilogy with Canelo Alvarez stands as one of the most talked about rivalries in modern boxing, and his continued doubts about Canelo's punching power remain highly significant. Having endured Alvarez's biggest shots across 3 grueling fights, Golovkin's perspective carries weight because it stems from first-hand experience rather than speculation. When he suggests that Terence Crawford possesses the tools to handle Canelo's offense, it quickly becomes headline material within the boxing world. Fans and analysts dissect his remarks as they challenge the mainstream portrayal of Canelo as a devastating finisher. Golovkin's stance reignites debate over whether Canelo's fearsome reputation is fueled more by clever marketing or genuine in-ring.
Boxing Dr. News. Hey boxing fans, remember the epic Golovkin-Canelo trilogy? Well, get this. GDG once spilled the tea on Canelo's punching power, and it's not what you'd expect. Picture this. 2 legends, 3 fights, and a whole lot of controversy. GGG said Canelo's punches were fast, but not knockout material. Can you believe it? He claimed those clean shots brought no results. Now, fast forward to today. GGG's been out of the ring since their last bout, but rumors are swirling about a comeback. Meanwhile, Canelo's gearing up for a massive showdown with Terence Crawford. The big question is, will Canelo prove GGG wrong and land that knockout punch? It's been a while since his last stoppage. The boxing world is buzzing, and we can't wait to see what happens next.
Training camp reports have added fresh intrigue to the already highly anticipated showdown. According to Showbiz The Adult, Canelo Alvarez has adopted a measured approach in sparring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis, often holding back and avoiding unnecessary risks to preserve himself for fight night. While some view this as a disciplined strategy, others interpret it as a sign of possible doubts about his preparation. More dramatic rumors claim Canelo was dropped in the 3rd round by Ennis and struggled to cope with the younger fighter's speed and power. Although these accounts remain unverified, they've sparked intense discussion among fans and analysts. If Canelo is truly showing cracks in sparring, it could signal a decline in his form. For Terence Crawford, a master at identifying and capitalizing on openings, such vulnerabilities might present the perfect opportunity to tilt the fight in his favor and alter the outcome on the biggest stage.
And let's talk about what we do know about Canelo Alvarez bringing Boots to training camp and what we can concur. First, you must understand that so Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is September 13th. Okay, that's just a few weeks away, but almost 3 weeks away, something like that. It's just a few weeks away. So to expect them to have hardcore sparring, like real sparring where they're fighting each other and they're really just going hard as sparring, pause, I don't really see that happen because you don't want a cut or anything, and you don't want anything to threaten the fight September 13th. Also, not only is Canelo Alvarez fighting soon September 13th, but Boots Ennis, he has to fight against Lima come October. So you don't want Canelo Alvarez beating up on Boots either and cutting him or anything like that, cracking his eye or detached retina or anything like that. You don't want any incidents like that. So understand that they're probably sparring light to mid. They're definitely not going hard. Okay, pause. So we have to really put it aside that either one, I don't think Canelo will be beating the hell out of Boots or Boots beating the hell out of Canelo. But what I can see is if Boots is moving around and Canelo can't catch him, like let's say Boots is like pop, piecing him up with some light work and Canelo can't get to him, which, you know, that's kind of different than a real fight. In a real fight, you know, Canelo will be breaking you down and then you kind of get tired over time. But still, if they're working on cutting off the ring, if Canelo can't, and Boots is hitting him with, you know, piecing him up and moving and slipping and sliding and he just can't get to him, that'll be some value added and something to be concerned about. Which is why I say it's over.
Greg Hackett views the upcoming fight as more than just another championship clash, framing it instead as a potential changing of the guard in boxing. He acknowledges that Canelo Alvarez was once widely regarded as the top pound-for-pound fighter, but emphasizes that no reign lasts forever. Every great champion eventually encounters an opponent who marks the end of their dominance, and Hackett suggests Terence Crawford could be that man. Highlighting Crawford's technical brilliance, discipline, and relentless hunger, He believes this bout is about far more than belts or rankings. It's about legacy, timing, and the dawn of a new era.
Canelo is the guy, right? But everybody know that shit gotta come to an end one day. Nothing is forever. And I'm not saying this is now. I'm not saying that. But Bud could possibly be the end for him because Bud has what it takes. I'm not saying Bud will win, but I'm just saying he has what it takes. He's not afraid of Canelo. You know what I'm saying? 2, he has the skills to be able to deal with Canelo. Does he have the power? I don't know, but he is a puncher. He's a puncher because his record says so. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is a puncher as well. So what I see is a great respect for each other, but after 4 rounds, I see a war breaking out. And whoever can stand it, meaning whoever can take that shit that's coming their way, that's who wins the fight. You know
Man, I don't know if Bud wants that. I don't know if Bud wants to go over that.
Yeah, I mean, but
granted, he got a granted ass chin. But you saying he's a puncher because his record says so. So you gotta assume that you making the assumption that he can crack. Because Errol said he can crack. That's what Errol came out. Errol, I think, said he thought, was getting Canelo. I don't know whether that's, him trying to pay him back for saying that, for what Terence said about him. This other fight, man, I got it in the title, man. And I appreciate you letting me pick your brain, man. Because I'm going to steal your predictions. And then I'm going to give you credit for it at the same time, dog. I ain't going to be like everybody else. I'm going to steal your shit and give you credit for it at the same time, dog. Devin, I'm starting to think, man, maybe Devin Haney's a little underrated going into this Brian Norman fight. Like, I've had my own personal issues with the dude and his pops, but that shit aside, the dude knows what he's doing in the boxing ring. He's been in there with a bunch of fights. He's a championship, world-class level fighter, bro.
John Ryder offers valuable insight from his own sparring experience with Canelo Alvarez, recalling a demanding 12-round session that highlighted the Mexican champion's relentless work ethic and stamina. Ryder describes Canelo as steady, disciplined, and extremely difficult to wear down over long stretches, qualities that explain his sustained success at the elite level. His perspective provides balance to the ongoing debate, suggesting that while some critics argue Canelo's power may be overrated, his complete skill set, sharp conditioning, and wealth of experience still make him a formidable and dangerous challenge for any fighter who steps into the ring.
Understands that he has to be smart. And I think with this one specifically, it ain't just about being smart. He knows he has to look like he's never looked before. Because again, if he doesn't and he beats Canelo, everybody's just gonna say, well, that's Crawford. So I think he knows that this is the performance of a lifetime and everything has to look right. He knows in order for it to look right, he can't just go out there and let the dog go. The dog is, you gotta work his way up to the dog. Hey, show the clip real quick. I don't know if you showed it already, but this is the dog you're talking about right here, right? And so I pulled this clip right here. I seen it on social media this morning.
Don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
And I pulled this clip, right? But this is Terence.
That's who he is.
He's not gonna swing on Canelo. He already know that part of the game.
That wraps up today's video.